Hey now, what you're about to hear is a free preview of one of this week's episodes of The Dumb Zone. If you would like to hear this episode in full, along with the archive of all of our past episodes, please go to patreon.com/thedumbzone. It's only a hilariously priced $6.90 per month to subscribe. Well, here, let me just tell you about my trip, and then we'll get on to all the sports. I had to drive my daughter to college because she now has a vehicle. Thank you, Chaz Gilmore.
I was going to say.
Nice.
Out at Crest Nissan. She wanted a Crest Nissan, which has the same great service as Grapevine and Prosper Ford. Anyway, so now on the map, the phone, it has the exact same time if I was to go down through Arkansas, hit Nashville, up to Cleveland, and then over, or if I go to St. Louis, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, and over. It was the exact same time. So I've been the other way. That's when I went to Branson, Missouri many years ago. Is that listing the exact same time right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like down to a few minutes and
so
9 miles.
So I went the northern route, I'll call it. And we'll stay in St. Louis the first night. So basically I drove almost the whole way because she didn't want to. And
it's probably for the best, right? Your life in her hands on a cross-country trip.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, when I drive, and especially if I'm driving longer distance.
You're shaving minutes off.
Well, it's a game now. Now we're on. It's on. Yeah. The map says 22 hours. Okay, we'll see. But if you're driving with your daughter, then you have to act more like a normal human than the crazed, reincarnation of Dale Earnhardt, which I like to be. So, you're just kind of like picking your spots on when you can.
You toned it down a little?
Definitely toned it down. I think I could have made it there a lot quicker.
Would you wait to see if she was asleep ever?
Yeah. Sometimes she'd have her eyes closed and the big headphones on. And so then we'd really kick it up.
Top speed?
I don't know. I mean, I know I obviously flirted with 90, but I would have gone way higher.
Okay.
Why, you?
I'll keep track of my top speed on trips. Try to see if I can hit triple digits.
You guys are madmen.
Do you?
Yeah.
For sure you do. Yeah.
Of course.
What you need is a buddy. And I taught her the buddy system.
Find another car?
Yes. Yeah. I go, if somebody zips by you, just hang back from them.
He's your bandit.
Whatever, 50 yards or whatever. And then they will get busted by the police. You will drive faster. Like, it all works great. Yeah. But you have to watch if they start getting into heavy traffic because they'll weave in and out. Yeah, it's tough to keep up with them then.
Yeah.
But you have to. But if you can get a buddy, and then it sucks when you know that you're someone else's buddy.
Yeah.
Because now I'm the guy that's going to get busted if we, and then, so I'll slow down to 85 and they slow down.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, you don't pass me.
Yeah.
You were just going 95.
Yeah.
So we went in 3 days. Left at a reasonable time. Left at 8:30. Okay, we're not leaving at 5:30.
Matt to crack the whip.
No other people, and she's totally with me. So there's no other people like Blake and Jake just nodding like, oh yeah, we'll get up at 4. That'll be great. I did not room with her on the road, which I think she was very happy about. So I just got us both a hotel room. First night, both a hotel room the second night. Her mom would have said, we're going to share a room. Even if they had only a single cot. She'd be like, well, we could both sleep in it. And we're going to save the money. And I'm like, she's 20 years old.
Yeah.
I don't need to be rooming with her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need to be rooming with me. And we needed some separate time once we got there. Driving, I can't remember if this was Oklahoma or Missouri.
He's
on the road
now.
for 3 days.
Yeah.
But I've never seen this before. It was like a made, like a real sign, not like a handwritten sign, but like a stop sign or a yield, whatever. It was the metal, all that painted. It said, I have to paraphrase because I didn't take a picture of it. I just saw it. It said, "Hitchhikers on the road may be escaped prisoners."
Yeah, I've seen that. You'll see that down 45 too.
Huntsville,
yeah.
So then 3 minutes later, there it is.
Yep.
In all her glory, this big giant prison with barbed wire and everything.
I don't know. I
picked up this dude.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's tough for me to judge because nobody that you're picking up hitchhiking looks like Patrick Bateman, like put together in a suit and clean shaven. But I feel like if I was gonna pick up a hitchhiker, it would be pretty easy for me to discern prisoner or no. I don't
Just
think I need
dress.
the warning. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even if they've shed the jumpsuit, I don't think I don't know, like teardrop tattoo, you're probably not getting in.
What's your
Not to
percentage
judge.
of you're picking up a hitchhiker, a male?
Well, I mean, I think it's completely based on what they look like. I was gonna say how hot they are. Really, that's what it kind of is. I don't think I would ever do that. Although I think I've told you before, my dad picked up a homeless guy once with us in the car.
And
Wow.
You couldn't wait to tell mom?
And I can't remember which one
Or
was
was it Joe?
ratted, but the guy had a sign that said like "We'll work for." This is how I remember this. It was like "We'll work for food," and we were going to my dad's office, the UPS hub, for some reason on a Saturday, and my dad really wanted to pull this guy's card because he could have gotten him a job. And with us in the back of it was the type of truck that had one outside door but had a back seat, like the little tiny back seat, so you
Yeah.
could like fold open. This guy just got in, and it took us about 3 minutes of driving before the guy was like, "You know what? Just drop me off here. Like, I actually don't want a job."
He didn't actually
No.
want to work for food.
No. But yeah, Mom did find out. That one that was not good.
So what we would do is I would drive most of the day. Then 1 or 2 in the afternoon, she'd take over for a couple hours, letting me have my little rest. And then I would research a hotel at that point. Like, okay, I see we're about 4 hours away from this area. And unlike other trips where I've booked a hotel in advance and then found out like there's bullets whizzing by us as we get out of the car. So now I'm Googling best, nicest St. Louis suburbs. And then I have to stay on that side of town. And that's very good that I did that because I wanted to stay on the east side because then I would be a little closer to my destination. Wake up in the morning, wouldn't have to drive through traffic, and then I'd just be on my way.
East St. Louis is a different place.
Had I stayed on the east side, now we're talking about where all the BLM stuff started or something.
Michael Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different place.
And the old me might have gone, on Crenshaw and bought a Lucy, but I was like, not with because of the daughter.
Sure, right.
I'm worried about her safety, not mine.
Any
I can
Subways?
stay anywhere, bro. We stopped at one Subway, and she was very upset about it. And we never stopped at a Subway again. It's just that the fast food on the road is just
You can find something.
What does she want?
She didn't want Subway.
What?
We went to a Subway at a Walmart. Whoa. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, but girls are good about that, right? Like, what do you want? I don't know. How about this? No.
Right,
You just
that's
figure
how
it
she
out.
acts,
You
yeah.
just, yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Hold
Like
on.
when you're
Okay.
on road trip, you want something that you know it's going to taste like.
That was the defense. Like, it's going to be the same. It might not be the best, but it's going to be consistent. Whereas if you just go to a restaurant, which we did along the way, we just stopped at something called the Texas Cafe, like in New York, just to evaluate whether it was Texas. The only thing that made it Texas seemed to be they had a lot of meat. Mm-hmm. Like
And
they serve you a Texas hot dog or a Texas hamburger or a Texas chili, but there was nothing about it that seemed like it was Texas.
Were you telling me you got out your phone and they had blocked Pornhub there?
Yeah, I couldn't rub one out when I went to the bathroom, like I like to do before lunch.
It's a very funny image to me.
So we stayed in Brentwood, which sounds hoity-toity,
It does.
but it's there were no bullets whizzing by us. Got up, rolled through Indianapolis and Columbus and whatnot, and up. and then made it to Geneva, Ohio, which I wanted to make it to Erie, Pennsylvania on day 2, but just wasn't able to do so. And it was a really nice hotel. It was brand new, or just a couple months old. And it was a weird scene, I thought, when we walked in. So it's a nice hotel, which was about $150, $200 a night. I think it was a Marriott type thing.
Just wants to say it.
So is the Spring Hill Suites. It was associated, like Marriott has 50 things that are associated with it. It might be a Marriott thing. And so this guy is walking in with his wife, older guy, 60s, maybe 70. And I'm checking in, and he walks right up to the counter and looks behind it where they have the food and the water and whatever, the snacks. And he's like, looks at his wife. He's like, no yogurt. He's pissed.
Okay.
Like they're on this long road trip, and he is, and I'm wondering, has he found the key to identifying a good hotel?
Ah, okay.
Kind of like many years ago, we determined that strikeouts per inning, according to your rank league average, would determine whether, like, if Mark the Bird Fidrich, we've talked about him before, a hot young major league pitcher. Bill James pointed out his strikeouts per inning is well below league average. He will fizzle out. Like he won 20 games or whatever as a rookie. Like this won't last. He found the one key statistic that would, give you a look into a pitcher's future. And maybe this old man in Geneva, Ohio, has found the key.
Yeah, I was ready to make fun of him, but I'm a fan of those sort of hacks.
I had a friend in college who, if we're all evaluating some ladies, as we would do from time to time,
Yeah, I remember this.
would say, no, look at her ankles. Like, what? He's like, look at them. That will project out 20, 30 years from now. And so if the ankles are a little big, just watch out. It's like a puppy's paws.
Yeah.
She'll grow into them.
Yeah. So anyway, when you walk in, check the yogurt situation.
Okay. I'll look out for the yo play.
The next 2 nights, because then now I got to Ithaca, New York, where she goes to college, Ithaca College.
So you left Thursday morning. You stay St. Louis. Friday night you stay Ohio. Saturday you finally make it to Ithaca at what time?
1, 2, actually 2, because we stopped at the Texas Cafe for an hour.
Okay, well, that's still 2.5 days.
Yeah, and we loaded up all her stuff in her new apartment. It's far from new, by the way. But it
sounds like a guy who's paying for it to me.
It's new to her. No, it's kind of a beaten situation, but it's college. It's
college.
It's fine. She loved it, and I loved it. Holiday Inn Express, I stayed at the next 2 nights, which I have never really stayed at before, but it's just like a name that I don't know, I guess.
Commercials and stuff. Yeah.
Initial thoughts pales in comparison to any Marriott property I've been to.
Is this just a hotel review podcast?
Pretty. I think we should do a hotel review podcast. Like I was there, I was like, you know what? I should be videoing everything here. And I'll tell you what. That old man has it right.
No yogurt.
They didn't have yogurt. And I'm like, that's the key. The key was the yogurt.
Okay.
That will tell you whether or not the handle on the toilet sticks and doesn't, or the air conditioner is too loud or whatever. Like if the yogurt is not good, the other stuff probably isn't good either.
Yeah. David's hotel in Albuquerque had yogurt.
Got another thing for those at the Holiday Inn Express.
It's just like a Yelp
And just
review.
hotels in general.
Okay.
Does anyone ever sit for an extended period of time in the chairs they put in there? Like I had this half couch, half chair thingy in the corner of the room, and I thought, oh, that looks really comfortable. It's not. It was hard. You couldn't. There's I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I don't like sitting on the bed.
Don't like sitting on the bed.
So that
And then, even the chair at the desk. Like, oh, it doesn't lean back at all. Oh, my gosh. No, this sucks. Like, does anyone ever spend time, or do they just sit in a lab and say, "Oh, this looks like a good chair. Let's buy 6 million of them and put them in rooms across the whole nation"?
No, they probably picked the cheapest one.
Yeah, and there's not like anything you can do with it. I always find myself in a hotel wishing I had a TV tray. Like, so that I could use that chair while working but have something in front of me. Like, I'll pull the uncomfortable desk chair over to the bed. Just because, I don't know, it just feels nice to be not at the... Those desks suck. They're too small.
So anyway, we went to the Walmart or whatever, Target stuff. We bought her a lot of
I'm
stuff.
surprised they have Walmart and Libland up there.
Oh, for sure. Walmart's for everybody, Jake.
It is Libland, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ithaca for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The town of Ithaca College. If you like different color hair, like not red, blonde, or brown, I mean just whatever, pink, orange, like that's your place. You like nose rings, Zeke would feel right at home at Ithaca College. I think.
Yeah. Did you
All
eat
right.
anywhere cool in Ithaca? There's got to be like a ton of little restaurants and...
Yeah, and of
Subway.
course she
Ithaca
doesn't know any of
Subway.
them.
What'd you say?
Ithaca Subway. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
the Ithaca. That's what I'm wanting you to tell me, is that you went to the...
No, we went to a pretty sweet Panera Bread, though.
No.
That makes,
Just fancier Subway.
makes sense that they have a Panera.
She wanted to.
Everybody's got a Panera, but come on, man. You're in this historic college town.
Well, he went
So
to the-
now, so now we slide from hotel reviews to airport review.
Oh.
Oh no.
So I never knew what upstate New York was. You know, I'm not a person who knows geography.
We hear about it a lot.
Heard about it, yes, over and over growing up.
Upstate.
Oh, upstate New York, upstate New York. Okay, whatever that means. Well,
I mean,
I'll tell you what it
just
means.
based on the definition, I have a solid idea.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's an absolute beating to get to.
Yeah.
Okay, a beating to get to.
And you're,
The closest airport of size of note is Syracuse, which is about an hour and 20 minutes away. You could make the 2-hour drive to Rochester, New York, maybe even a little more than 2 hours. Or you could go even further, add another hour or two to Buffalo. Okay? So I was flying out of Syracuse. And the Syracuse flight leaves at 11:30. So it's great. So I'm in line at the TSA when I first learned of my flight delay. In line, right there. Like, you couldn't have told me 15 minutes earlier I was at my hotel. Very close site, airport hotel. That's why I was sucked.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, is if you had driven all the way that day or if you could have stayed at a hotel in Syracuse that's where you stayed the last night.
So I stayed at Holiday Inn Express in Ithaca night 1, Holiday Inn Express
Okay.
in Syracuse
Got it.
night 2. She drove me there.
Got it.
We did have breakfast at brunch at a local Ithaca, spot that was not
There
a
you
chain,
go. There you go.
which was very good. I had salmon hash. Never had salmon hash. Grew up, Dad loved hash and eggs,
Hash anything is
and I liked
where
it
it's
too.
at. Yeah.
But salmon hash, it's very good.
was it called IHOP?
It was not a chain. You've never heard it before. So now that's my first flight delay. And so now it's 11:30 to 2:30. Now I'm going to take off at 2:30.
Damn.
So then I go to the counter and I'm checking it out because now my connecting flight in Chicago, I was going to miss that and I had to change that up. Okay, now I'm going to do that and I'm going to get back home at about 8:30. Okay, can do that. So now I go sit down, doing stuff. I think I talked to you, whatever. And after hanging up with you, I see, there's another flight delay. Now the flight leaves at 7 p.m. from Syracuse. So now I go to the counter, and they've rerouted me, and they've changed my flight from Chicago. And that Chicago flight will get to Dallas at 12:45, midnight 45, quarter till 1 a.m. And so as they're telling me this, and they're pecking away at their little keyboard there, so smug.
They do type in a smug manner.
I am searching on the my American Airlines app. And I'm looking for Rochester. Ooh, they have a flight that leaves at 1:45. Okay, that's an hour drive from here. I don't have a car. I'm looking at Uber would be $200.
But you got the company card.
If I could, well, no. So anyway, Rochester's out. And the next closest is Buffalo, which is a 2-hour and 15-minute drive from Syracuse Airport. So I see they have a flight that leaves at 6 o'clock and could get me to Dallas by like 8:30. Well, earlier in the day, I thought that'd be a really big beating.
But
Now you've changed the finish line to 1 a.m., and I'm thinking, that sounds great. So I said to the American lady who's pecking away, hey, what if you put me on this Buffalo flight? I'll figure out how to get there. And they did it. So they did that at no charge. Thank you. I guess that's something. So now I go to the first car rental counter I see is Avis. They only have minivans, and it'd be $250. So I went to Hertz, and I actually got a vehicle for $125. And there's a nice Ford Explorer too. So I'm very familiar with that.
Yep, got mine from Grapevine Ford.
So I get on the road. I'm on the road for 5 minutes, and the engine light goes on.
Dude.
So I'm on the highway, 5 minutes away from Syracuse, 2 hours and 10 minutes away from Buffalo. And it says, oil change needed.
You can skate on that for a little bit.
So I'm like, God damn. So I look up, looking around, and they had the sticker up there for the last oil change it had.
Yeah, okay.
Because you've gotten those, right?
Yeah.
They'll say either
Sure.
this date or a certain amount of miles. And it said, the sticker, it says, your oil should be changed, next change due at 16,000 miles. So now I memorized that in my head, and I looked down to the mileage on the vehicle, and the vehicle had 31,000 miles.
There had to be a missed sticker in there somewhere.
All I know is
Jeez.
now I'm 5 minutes away. I do have like 4 hours to make a 2 hour and 10-minute drive.
Okay.
Still.
You got a little time.
Do I turn around, or do I throw caution to the wind and just keep going straight?
I would have kept going.
And I did.
Yeah, that's the move.
I kept going, but I was so concerned that all of a sudden, and I was even playing it out in my head. All right, I have a AAA card. I break down at the side of the road. I'm calling them to tow it to the nearest Hertz. I'm getting an Uber. I never broke down, but I was playing it all out in my head when it does break down because it doesn't have an oil change.
Maybe changing your oil's a scam.
It's not.
Maybe changing it. Well, I once blew out an engine when I was in college. So I did end up boarding that Buffalo flight. Carry-on bag. That's all I had.
Boy, that saved you, didn't it?
Yeah, because if I had checked my luggage
Yeah.
when I got to Syracuse Airport,
Screwed.
yeah, where's my luggage right now?
Yeah. Where are your black shirts?
Where's your what do we do with the blanket?
The blanket was in the carry-on.
Of course. The plane gets
I feel
chilly.
like that would eat half the room.
I'm always packing a blanket. I foregone. I didn't take my towel, which did bother me in the hotel room.
Man, that's got to be rough.
Thinking about all the butts and wieners that towel has been on that I was using.
I would take butts and wieners over what's actually on that towel.
Yeah, I might have put something on that towel.
You were in different
Do it
states.
by yourself.
And then on the flight home, I sat next to an old lady, which was nice because she's not large. And then her husband, her bitter-looking. He's just pissed that he's still in this marriage with her.
Dude, he's flying from Buffalo. I don't care how you got there. It's not good.
So I'm on the aisle, old lady in the middle, bitter husband on the window. And this lady was giving COVID.
Oh, no.
Just hacking up a storm the whole trip.
You didn't have your mask?
So I have masks in my bag. And I fired on my mask. The whole time I'm thinking, what they say about masks is, yes, it doesn't help it helps, but not that much on preventing you getting something.
Yeah.
Like, the reason that a doctor wears a mask when doing surgery, because it really does prevent things coming out of your mouth from getting out. And so I have 5 masks in my bag.
Did you offer her one?
And with every hack, I'm like, but if she wasn't with husband who is giving MAGA, I would have offered her and I was just kind of thinking too, like, I would be really appreciative if I didn't have a mask, I find myself coughing, and somebody said, hey, do you want a mask? I would be like, yes, I do.
Too much of a hot button.
But even if I didn't, then I would just be like, yes, it's a hot button, and then it's like the level of, if she is somebody who's vehemently anti-mask, it's the level that I'll have to deal with of, it won't be just like, oh, no, thank you.
No.
Then it will be,
gay?
Right, yeah. So,
hey, get down here. Then they call everybody around. They're like, mask guy. Yeah, you can't do it.
So I just wore my mask, and
so everyone in here, you may go away with a parting gift.
Well,
it would only be fair for you to
That's the risk you always have when Jake shows up.
Okay.
Anyway, so I just it was a great flight though, because I got home, everything was cool. I begged my wife, like texting, I said, please be there early. Because my wife is the kind of person that will be like, I'll land, and she'll be like, oh, okay, I'll leave home now.
We live close.
And then you stand there for 15 minutes, it's a million degrees.
Yes.
I'm just like, I've had such a beating of a trip, can you just please be there early? And to her credit, she was.
Yeah.
To her debit, the dogs are also in the car. She's like, oh, it'll be fun, they missed you. And I'm so beaten, and now they're just all, I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't like awesome. You know, she couldn't give me a little hange on the drive home like I like her to from the driver's seat.
Skill, yeah.
And then I got home, and as we're driving home, I forgot to tell her you guys were going to broadcast from home yesterday. From my house.
What did we do wrong?
Well, she just said, hey, were the guys over today? Was anybody there? I said, yeah. She goes, oh, good. I go, why? She goes, well, I just noticed the lid was up on the downstairs toilet.
That ain't me, dog.
Like whoever used, like, the fact is that no one ever uses the downstairs toilet to pick the.
Wasn't me either.
Okay. Well, she claims that. Well, you guys had guests in there too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway.
I feel like she's lying on our name when it comes to all this bathroom stuff.
Well, she didn't know that you were there. She just said the whatever.
Yeah, it might have been up
not the
before you all
lid?
left.
What's the thing you sit on? Not the lid. The seat. The seat was up on the downstairs toilet.
Not as good as I thought it was going to be, but still, it was pretty good.
Got to see a live one.
Because the lid is all, you never know if the lid's up or down. But the seat, she knew the seat. Why would she have ever lifted the seat, especially living with me?
I don't think anybody else was down there, man.
Okay. All I'm telling you is what she told me. And that is the story.
Might have some squatters.
Maybe we do. That is the story of my trip to drop off my daughter.
The Dums of